Hello. Oh, can I hear me? Just not my headphones.
Because you haven't plugged them in.
Oh, that'll be why, won't it? Yeah.
Plug them in.
I hope you're all doing all right. There's an air gap between my headphone extension and my headphones, so that'll be better. Let us know if you're watching, won't you? And I'll see if I can do better from now on. Let Michelle, she gets first comment of the evening. Good evening, everyone. And Rosemary Balkett gets a hello.
She's close behind.
Yeah, I hope you're all well. We've got a few people watching, including Mr. or Mrs. Angry Face. Managed to put that every time. We assume that someone is not particularly angry, because otherwise, why would they keep coming back? I think someone accidentally puts that on in place of another emoji, but we do like to see it, and it makes us laugh. So anyway, welcome to Livestream episode 36 of the Shanty Sessions, and boy, have we got some very special stuff for you.
Yes, you have had.
No, we haven't really. It's just the same old squid. Thanks, Linda. She says, yes, can hear you. It was just me that couldn't hear me. And as Paul pointed out, I hadn't plugged my headphones in. So there you go. Schoolboy error. Janet Woods says, good evening, everyone. I hope you're all keeping well. We are, Janet. And do you know what? I've got a lovely cup of coffee. Not as good as the one you brought around. So thank you very much.
She's got no biscuits with it either.
No, I have not. No. Sally says, hi, everyone. Hi, Sally. I hope you and John are well. And we missed one in the middle there from Carol Fisher. So we want to say thank you very much, Carol, and hello. Hope you are all doing very, very well as we kind of navigate out in the UK and we start to explore life after lockdown 2. Hope you are very, very well, and hope you are up for a few shanties tonight. Oh, look, we've got Phil Kirby. First time visit, Phil from Paynton. Yeah, well, thank you very much for joining us, Phil. Hope you're well, mate, and hope Devon is faring well under everything that's going on. Jackie
Very
Draper.
misty this side of the country. How is it on the other side, Phil? What's the weather? What's the weather like?
Yeah, what is the weather like? Oh, look, comments coming in thick and fast now.
Mainly from Jackie's.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, Jackie Draper says evening all. Jackie Vine says hello from Jackie and Fred. Well, hello. And then Marion Bashir, hello, Marion. Hope you're well. She says, hi, folks. Congratulations on achieving V-Day. Hope we'll be there soon. May not be all it's cracked up to be there, Marianne. I'm just saying. Wendy Duncan says, hello, everyone, from Wendy and Ken. Sarah Nibbs, hi from me too. She just sneaked
Sarah
in.
Nibbs.
Yeah. Linda Boyce, hi, Stephen and Paul, and all listeners.
They're just not stopping.
Sally Hardman, looking forward to another Siaroki session. What is she on about? Well, if you missed it, you can always watch our sessions again. All 35 plus this one shortly will be available and are available to watch for forever. This is our COVID legacy, a digital archive online available, not just of all the old rubbish that Paul and I put out there, but also the wonderful history sessions with Ivan Bunn. They are all available to watch online, either via YouTube, which is full HD, or here on Facebook, and they downgrade it to 720, which we don't mind because we're not all that in full HD. Phil Kirby says, cold, has been sunny all day. Karen Reed, that might be maybe only the first time she's commented.
No.
Is it not?
Under 5 times she's commented.
Under 5 times, but above 3? Oh, yes, no, because she commented on the Beardy Guys, didn't she?
Oh, did she?
Or was that a...
No, that was her. Phil Kirby looks like he's wearing a life jacket there, so we may have a genuine sailor.
Yeah, absolutely.
A master mariner.
We do love genuine sailors.
Woo-wee.
Anyway, look, where are we at? Look, well, we normally would be at our beloved Seagull Theatre, and Seagull Theatre is a wonderful, wonderful place. I have to say that because Karen's watching, but they absolutely have proved their community mettle of late, certainly really since March, all through both lockdowns and since. Serving the community, being there for community, being there for arts professionals as well. So thank you very much. But this is where we would be usually on a Tuesday night if the old Rona hadn't invaded everywhere, with our fantastic Rogues Shanty Chorus, of which here are many of them during normal performance. And when the COVID pandemic hit town and hit everywhere, we decided to take our rehearsals online and run them virtually, hopefully so that people could sing along. And it turned out that there were many more people interested than just us Lowestofthians and Rogue Shanty Chorus. So we do enjoy having people further afield, and we love to know that you're watching, and we love to know that you're commenting. And if you are willing to, would you please click share? That would make our hearts all warm and fuzzy.
Probably please share as well.
Yeah, she'd love it. Yeah, if you
tell you who else it'll please. It'll please our funders, the People's Health Trust.
Yes, it would. Yeah,
they would be immensely pleased. They've been so pleased that they've made us the 6th day of their online advent calendar
Oh yes, I saw that
today. So thank you, People's Health Trust.
Yeah, we got a little tag saying that we were the 6th, as Paul said, because of the way that you have
Ingenious.
responded to us going online. So
Talking
we thank you.
Advent calendars and 12 days of Christmas, we might have an adapted form of the 12 days of Christmas coming for you later via Sally Hardman. So thank you for that, Sally.
Yeah. So I'm just going to do a couple more comments, and
Phil,
then I think we should crack on with some songs.
Phil says he's a sailor and a sometimes shanty singer.
Well, that makes you a bona fide shanty man.
Yeah.
Amanda Miranda, I love that name. Amanda Miranda. Hello, all from New England. You were with us last week, Amanda. I remember that name.
She was right in the middle of her work break, I think.
Yeah. And Neil Pascoe says, "Hi guys, first time for me, but can only stay a few minutes as I have my shanty group quiz. I'll catch up later." Neil P. Well, don't miss the shanty group quiz, Neil, and hopefully we'll at least start a song before you have to go. But looks like we've got a few people here for the first time, so we'd love to know where you kind of found out about it. Well, now and again we get like a sudden burst of listeners from Poland or Devon or somewhere, and it's because someone, thankfully we're very grateful to that someone has shared it. But anyway, we can get to that later. Let's give them a song.
Let's go with the first song tonight. Will be The Last Shanty. Now this is a song that we learned via Mr. Lewis. This is Tom Lewis, or Mr. Dobalina, Mr. Bob Dobalina. And
Tom Lewis, by the way, is the gentleman who wrote that wonderful, authentic shanty man
and sailor.
And
Navy,
authentic and an erstwhile sailor, and a wonderful squeezebox player as well. Great performer, great folk musician, great songwriter. It seems to be brilliant in dang well at everything he does and touches, and we've sung with him at festivals, and he's got a formidable reputation on the folk circuit, and he's still performing, or certainly was up till COVID anyway. And this is probably one of his better known songs. We're going to rip it up a little bit, courtesy of an arrangement by Paul.
So if you have this on your shanty repertoire catalogue, from the Road Shanty Chorus, East Side Represent, is that right? East Coast. Number three. Numero trois.
Yeah.
Number 3 in your folder, if you have one. If you don't, we're going to display the lyrics.
Boom. Just like that.
Kaboom.
Okay.
Well, me father often told me when I was just a lad, a sailor's life was very hard, the food was always bad. But now I've joined the Navy, I'm aboard a man of war. And now I've found a sailor, ain't a sailor anymore. Don't haul on the rope, don't climb up the mast. If you see a sailing ship, it might be a loss. Just get your civvies ready for another run ashore. A sailor ain't a sailor, ain't a sailor anymore. Well, the killick of our mess, he reckons we've had it soft. It wasn't like this in his day while he was up aloft. We like our bunks and sleeping bags, but what's a hammock for? Swinging from the deckhead or lying on the floor. Don't haul on the rope, don't climb up the mast. If you see a sailing ship, it might be a loss. Just get your civvies ready for another run ashore. A sailor ain't a sailor, ain't a sailor anymore. Well, they gave us an engine that burst went up and down. Then with more technology, the engine went around. We know our steam and diesel, but what's a main for? A stoker ain't a stoker with a shovel anymore. Don't haul on the rope, climb up the mast. If you see a sailing ship, it might be a loss. Just get your civvies ready for another run ashore. A sailor ain't a sailor, ain't a sailor anymore. Well, they gave us an Aldous lamp so we could do it right. They gave us a radio, we signal day and night. We know our codes and ciphers, but what's a semaphore? A bunting tosser doesn't toss the bunting anymore. Don't haul on the rope, don't climb up the mast. If you see a sailing ship, it might be a loss. Just get your civvies ready for another run ashore. Sailor ain't a sailor, ain't a sailor anymore. 2 cans of beer a day, that's your bleeding lot. Now we get an extra one because they've stopped the tots. So we'll put on our civic clothes and find a pub ashore. A sailor, still a sailor, just like he was before. Don't haul on the rope, don't climb up the mast. If you see a sailing ship, it might be your last. Just get your civvies ready for another run ashore. A sailor ain't a sailor, ain't a sailor, ain't a sailor, ain't a sailor, ain't a sailor anymore.
A sailor ain't a sailor, ain't a sailor anymore. There you go. I think old, I don't know what, I wonder what he would think about that.
You're kidding.
I'm not. I'm absolutely not kidding. So, anyway, Linda Boyce says like this arrangement. Linda, if you know the real arrangement, I think you would prefer
You'd like that more. We're basically just slowing down and speeding up, which
we've got a time sig changes.
We're inclined to do so without Andy Roo.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, wonderful Andrew Marr.
Yeah, and if you don't know Andrew Marr or Andy Marr, as we know him, or Andy as we know him, and amongst other words, is our drummer. Percussionist, and he usually plays along with Paul and I when we're leading our choir, and he keeps us in time. Yes, he does.
Yes.
Anyway, look, there's a couple of things we normally mention when we start our stream, and one of them is our word of the week. And this is going to be
the one
boring.
you said earlier, squit.
No,
that's
it was
a Suffolk
not.
word, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Squit.
Yeah,
Squit
it is actually. Yeah,
talking a load of old squit, you is.
But for those who know, you know, and you know this will be boring, but we mention it anyway because, as we already know, there are a couple of people that are with us for the first time, and we have in our possession a wonderful book. He reaches over to get hold of it, called Suffolk Words and Phrases by Edward Moore, printed 1823. And why did he compose and publish such a book? Well, because upon returning from service in India, he was slightly perturbed at the seeming decline in Suffolk words, phrases, colloquialisms, and so he decided to catalogue them, put them in a repertoire, and to publish them in the hope that he could encourage people to continue using them. And who knows, it may well have worked, because many of the words in the book are still in fairly common usage, or certainly, people would have heard them. But we pick one every week that we think people won't know so much, and we ask you to have a guess at what it might be, either seriously or not. Totally up to you. And this week's word is bezel. 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 Bezel.
Don't put too much effort into it, because there's no prize, so to speak, other than the recognition and adulation of your peers. And apart from that, really, there is nothing to be gained.
Yeah. You can always go and say, I won the guess of the word of the week of the Shanty Sessions live stream episode 36.
I mean, it might be worth putting on your professional CV.
Maybe, yeah. Sheila Davies says hi from Northumberland.
Hello, Sheila.
And Karen Reid says, well, I go to heck.
No, it's not.
So she's not in Northumberland, is she?
No, it's a k sound. Go to heck.
Go to heck.
Go to heck.
Go to heck, boy. Anyway, let's give him another song. Let's do it.
Yeah, we shall. We should. We will.
Yeah, I don't know what we're doing, so you better.
Do you want one of me or one of you?
It better be you, because.
Okay.
Yes.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do this one that's not on our repertoire, and the reason I'm going to do it is because we have a regular viewer called Jerzy Brzezinski, and he's a fine fellow, and he knows lots of shanties, he knows lots of sailing terminology as well, and he tunes in on the reg. And I was checking him out on YouTube, and he's got lots of videos. I'd highly recommend, if you're at a loose end and got some time to kill, find him up on YouTube and see all of the good shanties he does himself. One of the songs that he did was the Lime Juice Ship, and I was so moved to give it a go.
Copy it.
Yeah, basically, yeah, just to try it ourselves.
Wholesale rip-off. No, it won't be.
Now, if you want a lime juice ship to sail the seas at large, you'll not have any trouble if you have a good discharge, signed by the Board of Trade and everything exact. For there's nothing done on a lime juice ship contrary to the act. Oh, shout, boys, shout, I tell you it's a fact. There's nothing done on a lime juice ship contrary to the act. Now, when you board a lime juice ship, you'll hear your articles read. They'll tell you of your beef and pork, your butter and your bread, your sugar, tea and coffee, boys, your peas and beans exact. Oh, your lime juice and your vinegar, boys, according to the act. Shout, boys, shout, I tell you it's a fact. There's nothing done on a lime juice ship contrary to the act. Now watch and watch the first day out according to the act. 10 days out we all lay off to get our lime juice whack. Fetch out a handy bill, boys, clap it on the tack, for we're going to set the mainsail, oh, according to the act. Shout, boys, shout, I tell you it's a fact. There's nothing done on a lime-juice ship contrary to the act. It's up on deck, my bully boys, with many a curse we go, awaiting to hear the 8-bell strike that we may go below. 8 bells are struck, the watch is called, the hove is act. Oh, relieve the wheel and go below, according to the act. Shout, boys, shout, I tell you it's a fact. There's nothing done on a lime-juice ship contrary to the act. So haul, boys, your weather main brace and ease away your lee. Hoist jibs and topsails, lad, and let the ship go free. Hurrah, boys, hurrah, we'll sing this jubilee. Oh, damn and bugger the navy, boys, a merchant ship for me. Shout, boys, shout, I tell you it's a fact. There's nothing done on a lime-juice ship contrary to the act. Oh, shout, boys, shout, I tell you it's a fact. There's nothing done on a lime-juice ship contrary to the act. There's nothing done on a lime-juice ship contrary to the act.
Oh, Paul went for a very plosive T there.
Yes.
I didn't know he was going to do that, so I didn't follow him.
Don't have to.
Now I feel like
as one person does.
Didn't give my all to that.
Now, a little bit of context. The act.
Messed me up. That really messed me up.
Yeah, you won't be able to do the next one either. So the act refers to a merchant shipping or a series of merchant shipping acts. These conditions became well regulated, eventually reaching the point where sailors were issued rations of lime juice to counteract the scurvy, all too common among the deep water sailors. And you'll note there's a reference of the 8th bell in there. Hence, they were on long shifts. So the American counterparts of these sailors had no such laws, and they derived this practice as soft, hence the nickname lime juicer or limey, which is still in common parlance to this day, I think, among the less impressed Americans. The major proponent of these legal reforms was Samuel Plimsoll, best remembered for the Plimsoll line, which is the loading mark painted on the on the side of every ship. Another invention of the period which has stayed with us. Yeah, so that's what that is.
Okay, well, I'm going to do a song now. Now, we seems like we say this about many songs. But if ever there is a song which is the go-to shanty that non-shanty folk would say, if I had to name a shanty, it would be this. We say it about Drunken Sailor. We say it, I don't know about, but we certainly say it about this. This is from around the early 17th century, possibly just into the late 1500s. Roud 649, the Roud Folk Index, old Steve Roud from Croydon. And it's known as, under a few different titles, the Maid of Amsterdam, Plymouth Town, Roving. I can't roll my R's. Roving.
I didn't know you could roll your R's.
No, I can't. And anyway, it goes like this. It's not in our repertoire, so we don't share the lyrics, but you will get the hang of it. So sing along. In Amsterdam there dwells a maid, mark well what I do say. In Amsterdam there dwells a maid, and she is mistress of her trade. I'll go no more a-roving with you, fair maid. A-roving, since roving's been my ruin. I'll go no more a-roving with you, fair maid. I took the maiden for a walk, mark well what I do say. I took the maiden for a walk, and sweet and loving was her talk. I'll go no more a-roving with you, fair maid. A-roving, since roving's been my ruin. I'll go no more a-roving with you, fair maid. Her eyes are blue, her cheeks are red, mark well what I do say. Her eyes are blue, her cheeks are red, her wealth of hair is on her head. I'll go no more a-roving with you, fair maid. A-roving, since roving's been my ruin. I'll go no more a-roving with you, fair maid. I put my arm around her waist, mark well what I do say. I put my arm around her waist, says she, young man, you're in some haste. I'll go no more a-roving with you, fair maid. A-roving, since roving's been my ruin. I'll go no more a-roving with you, fair maid. I took that girl upon my knee, mark well what I do say. I took that girl upon my knee, says she, young man, you're rather free. I'll go no more a-roving with you, fair maid. A-roving, since roving's been my ruin. I'll go no more a-roving with you, fair maid. She swore that she'd be true to me, mark well what I do say. She swore that she'd be true to me, but spend my money fast and free. I'll go no more a-roving with you, fair maid. A-roving, since roving's been my ruin. I'll go no more a-roving with you, fair maid. In 3 weeks' time I was badly bent, mark well what I do say. In 3 weeks' time I was badly bent, then off to sea I sadly went. I'll go no more a-roving with you, fair maid. A-roving, since roving's been my ruin. I'll go no more a-roving with you, fair maid. I'll go no more a-roving with you, fair maid. A-roving, since roving's been my ruin. I'll go no more a-roving with you, fair
I can go for the big finish.
maid. There you go.
It did become rather anthemic at the end.
Yeah, I resent the accusation that was not hugely prepared. Anyway, Michelle disagrees with you. 3 rounds of applause.
That was for the previous song, surely.
Not looking at the time, wasn't? And a fantastic from her as well.
Yeah, well,
Phil Kirby, 3 rounds of applause.
And a thumb up.
And
Thank
a thumb
Phil.
up, yeah.
Phil, means a lot.
Okay, let's get rid of Charlie's comment quick. Yeah. And Marion
There you
go.
You can always count on Marion to applaud even the terrible ones that we do. Thank you, Marion.
Janet Wood says, is a bezel a type of broom? First guess.
Or as we say in Suffolk, broom.
Broom. Is it a broomba?
How's that broom?
Is a bezel type of broomba?
That's not an impression of Janet.
No, it's not. And Jack says, I'm not sure if this is in reply to Janet's suggestion, but he says, think so. Anyway, I just actually want to go back to Janet's comment there.
Bezel a type of broom?
Because
it's not a bad guess.
Look at the little emoji she's got. She's got a broom emoji. And I did not even know that you could get a broom emoji. So I'm gonna make it my mission to use a broom emoji soon, very soon. So anyway, we'll come back to you, Janet. I'm not sure.
End up with a slight cheek if you say.
I'm not sure, to be honest, but we will come back to it. Okay. Now, look, we've done a few songs. There's a couple of things we would like to mention. Yes, we would. One is throughout lockdown, the organisation that Paul and I run, which is called the Voice Cloud, and we exist for we hope we exist for social impact, really to bring people together and to build community through the arts. And also to explore the impact of the arts and music on health and well-being. And when the old Rona hit, and we found that we couldn't physically be together, in our projects, we took a lot of things online, including some socials that we used to have, and we started to hold them on Zoom. And I'm just going to bring up this picture here.
It doesn't quite fit, does it?
No, it doesn't. No, not quite. No. So if I take that out, it might be better.
Okay, nice.
And that is a little indication that we hold our Zoom socials, and anybody is welcome to attend. Anybody, not just people within our projects, but people across the country and beyond the country,
And their friends and
family as well. And we would love you to join us on our next and final one of the year, which is
Eggnog and a Chat.
Eggnog and a Chat.
Yeah.
When is it, Paul?
It is a week Friday the 18th of December.
Friday the 18th of
Just
December.
in time for Christmas.
So what's today? Today's Tuesday. So it's about 10 days away, and it starts at 1:30 p.m. BST. So that's UK time.
If you're wondering of the kind of hilarity that can be had at these Cuppa and Chats events, just one quote from the immortal Barry Draper.
Yeah.
Was I wouldn't shove it up your canary.
Well, we do have fun. Sometimes we do some quizzes. I do magic tricks. People cannot believe they're real.
You can't work it out.
And we certainly have lots of fun. But in all seriousness, the idea is that for anyone who is either missing kind of human contact and the chance to connect with someone, or possibly is a little bit anxious about going outside and being in social places with other people, but wants to still connect, please do. So we'll have obviously a Christmas theme on this one, and that's next Friday.
Please wear your Christmas jumper as well. If
Christmas jumpers.
But as Stephen said, we have a bit of a multinational audience for these Shanty Sessions, so we're not entirely sure how things go in your countries, but certainly in our country, there's still a lot of people shielding themselves, making sure that they're protected. So it really is meant as a means to help combat loneliness and isolation, and keep that feeling of community amongst not just the people that we know and are familiar with, but as well to broaden it out. So if anybody wants to join us, you're very more than welcome. Get your family involved as well.
You are very more than welcome.
You are very more.
If you want the Zoom link, all you need to do is visit our Facebook page, which is facebook.com/The Voice Cloud. And for the password, you have to just get in touch with us just to make sure that we know that only friendly people are going to come on and not nuisances. As Paul said, anyone is very, very welcome, more than very welcome to come along.
Incredibly.
No matter what country you're in, but just make a note that we start at 1:30 p.m. BST UK time. Okay, so there is a couple more things to mention, but to make it not too kind of speak heavy, I think we're gonna do another song.
Yeah, this one's very local to us, and it's called "Still I Love Him." It's also known as the Black Shawl.
Yeah, and I always struggle with ways to put this that doesn't imply that we learned it direct from the wonderfully big named folk singer that I'm about to mention. That they taught it to us. In some shady corner of a folk club, which is never or very rarely the case. But this we came across this from some information we found in a book about and from Bob Roberts, Dorset born, but kind of honorary Suffolk man, and it's a song called "Still I Love Him," or "I'll Forgive Him," known elsewhere in the country as the Black Shawl, but here in Suffolk as "Still I Love Him." And there's a big provenance of this being sung for BBC recordings, I think more than 3, in fact. So that's possibly 4, maybe even 5 for the BBC. So anyway, and that's down in Orford, I was going on to say, at Pin Mill. Here are the lyrics. Still I love him, I'll forgive him, I'll go with him wherever he goes. When I was single, I had a black shawl. Now I am married, I've nothing at all. Still I love him, I'll forgive him, I'll go with him wherever he goes. He gave me a handkerchief, red, white, and blue. Then 2 clean windows he tore it into. Still I love him, I'll forgive him, I'll go with him wherever he goes. He came up the row and he whispered me out. Then he went off with young Kitty MacLeod. Still I love him, I'll go with him, I'll go with him wherever he goes. My back is a breaking, my fingers are sore. Gut in the herring he brings to the shore. Still I love him, I'll forgive him. I'll go with him wherever he goes. The storm is a raging, the boat isn't in. The others won't tell me what's happened to him. Still I love him, I'll forgive him. I'll go with him wherever he goes. If he's gone to heaven, he'll come to no harm. If he's gone to hell, well, he'll keep himself warm. Still I love him, I'll forgive him. I'll go with him wherever he goes. Okay, let's remove those lyrics. So yeah, route. If you would like to check it out, route 654. So this one's also in the Ballad Index. Ballad Index is a similar kind of catalogue or kind of repertory list of folk songs, but tends to have slightly more musical information, and that's K203. K for kilo, 203, and yeah, many. Titles in the Roud Folk Index for this, including He Comes Down Our Alley, When I Was Single, I Love an Apple, and several more. So
who doesn't?
Yeah, oh, well, I do, absolutely. And including actually there's a couple of I guess they'd classify them as explicit lyrics, using the word bugger all in the lyrics on a couple of the versions at least. But
I need to check out what the rhyme is for that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Bugger
yeah. Anyway, look, let's move on. We're going to check out some comments. Yes, we are. Oh, there's a few. Look. Right, so Charlie says, I only caught the last 2 seconds of the song. Well, Charlie, that was the very best bit.
No, that's the bit she was laughing at.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, that was the funniest bit.
Sally says that was enough, I should think. Thank you. Definitely the best part, lol, says Mary. Rosemary says, wasn't it a budgie?
Yeah, it was. I remember correctly. Barry said, well, I wouldn't shove that up your budgie.
Ah, of course, right. I was going to say, because when you don't see the comments at the exact point that they were left, sometimes you're a little bit out of context. So thanks for Paul for giving us that. And Charlie Moore says yes. Carly says, love this song. Charlie, 3 claps. Sally, 3 claps. Maxine Howarth, that was lovely. Well, do you know what we do actually tend to do? If there is anything that we do fairly well, and there's not a lot, but if there's anything we do fairly well, I think it is to source songs from a female perspective that are that have a theme, or that are maritime songs. Most unlikely to be shanties, but certainly that are maritime themed songs, and we have a few in our repertoire and also on our radar that we sing, and we love them. Within our choir, usually it's obviously the ladies that sing them, but given that the ladies also sing sea shanties, and traditionally it would have only been men, why can't the men also sing songs from the female perspective? So anyway, that's that. Look, I want to definitely feature this comment because this is
Baby Shanty.
Baby Shanty. Adam Barnard. Ahoy, everyone. Lovely to catch you singing again. You too, mate. Hope you are well.
Hope you get home for Christmas as well.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like old Chris Rea. And Sally says, well, hello to you. Hope you're well. Yeah, exactly, Sally. We all share that sentiment. That's a private comment, I guess. If you're not... if you wouldn't consider yourself a member of our chorus, or you haven't physically been to a session before, you might not know Adam, but he's a beloved erstwhile member.
Was and still is the youngest member.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. He's only 2.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
He types very well.
Yeah, and he's advanced intelligence.
He really is. Yeah, I mean, he's
let's
formidable development for a 2-year-old.
Yes, and a lot of hair too.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's go to our word of the week.
How you heard it,
boy? How you heard it?
Yeah.
It is this week.
Bezel.
Bezel.
Bezel. Bezel.
Bezel. What is that? What could that mean? Bezel.
Yeah, we've had a couple of guesses.
Yeah, one was is it a broom?
Yeah, broom from Janet, along with the old emoji for broom.
Yeah,
not that you hold it like that, like a
little broom. Anyway, I think whilst you're looking for one, I think we should do some singing. Now, Sally, very kindly, Sally Hardman, one of our rogues, some time ago, probably 2 Christmases ago, devised a version of the 12 Days of Christmas that was pertinent to the Rogue Shanty Chorus and the way it operates. Now, I'm going to do my best to go through these, although it is tricky. Okay, so the 12 Days of Christmas, as sung by the Rogue Shanty
Have you
Chorus.
mentioned that it pertains to specifically to the Rogue Shanty Chorus?
No, but you just did.
Okay, well that's all right then. Yeah, because Sally put these lyrics together going into, I don't know if it's last Christmas or the Christmas before, but
I literally just said all this.
did you? Okay,
Yeah.
all right, come on then.
All right.
And they're great lyrics they were as well.
On the 12th day of Christmas, no, the first day of Christmas,
It's going well.
my true love gave to me a 26-verse song of the sea. On the second day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 2 different versions of a 26-verse song of the sea. On the third day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 3 beats from Andy, 2 different versions of a 26-verse song of the sea. On the 4th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 4 extra syllables, 3 beats from Andy's 2 different versions of a 26-verse song of the sea. On the 5th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me a 5-minute break. 4 extra syllables, 3 beats from Andy's 2 different versions of a 26-verse song of the sea. On the 6th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 6 solo lines, a 5-minute break. 4 extra syllables, 3 beats from Andy, 2 different versions of a 26-verse song of the sea. On the 7th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 7 stripy jumpers, 6 solo lines, a 5-minute break. 4 extra syllables, 3 beats from Mandy, 2 different versions of a 26-verse song of the sea. On the 8th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 8 funny warm-ups, 7 stripy jumpers, 6 solo lines, a 5-minute break. 4 extra syllables, 3 beats from Mandy, 2 different versions of a 26-verse song of the sea. On the 9th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 9 tricky harmonies, 8 funny warm-ups, 7 stripy jumpers, 6 solo lines, a 5-minute break. 4 extra syllables, 3 beats from Mandy's 2 different versions of a 26-verse song of the sea. On the 10th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 10 CDs for selling, 9 tricky harmonies, 8 funny warm-ups, 7 stripy jumpers, 6 solo lines, a 5-minute break. 4 extra syllables, 3 beats from Mandy's 2 different versions of a 26-verse song of the sea. On the 11th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 11 concert posters, 10 CDs for selling, 9 tricky harmonies, 8 funny warm-ups, 7 stripy jumpers, 6 solo lines, a 5-minute break. 4 extra syllables, 3 beats from Mandy's 2 different versions of the 26-verse song of the sea. On the 12th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 12 extra verses, concert posters, 10 CDs for selling, 9 tricky harmonies, 8 funny warm-ups, 7 stripy jumpers, 6 solo lines, a 5-minute break. 4 extra syllables, 3 beats from Mandy's 2 different versions of a 26-verse song of the sea. Hey, I think that's pretty slick. Really. I think we had more fun with that. I'm glad we put the anybody watching rehearsal in for that. It's good. Anyway, look, Maxine Howe says bezel. Is it the metal? Is it the metal round a pothole? Well, we will find out. But that's not quite that is for that spelling. I think you're correct. I see. Is it the metal round a pothole? Got it. Yeah. A bezel could be many things, but that's a different spelling. Yeah. So Michelle Gallagher, awesome for claps. Are you sure? She must have posted that at the beginning. Linda Boy says, ha ha, love it. Charlie Moore, this is brilliant. 3 extra syllables. I actually like the meter of the second going into the first, which is brilliant.
Sally Hardman says, instead of True Love, I think I said Paul and Stephen gave to me. Of course. Yeah. Charlie Moore, she gives it 3 claps. Rosemary Moore says, absolutely brilliant. Rosemary says, thank you, Sally. Yeah, Janet Wood says, very good, Sally. And she gives 3 rounds of applause and a sort of a scary face. Loving that 12 days version. I'm going to pass along to my old Shanty crew. Won't you? And if you want to give credit to the songwriter, her name is Sally Hardman, and here she is, she's a fantastic singer herself, and
harmonist.
Yeah, and look, we've got a comment from Leanne. YouTube. We don't get many comments on YouTube. No. And it's Leanne Smith. She says, "Evening, boys." Well, hello. And we've got another guess from Phil Kirby. Bezeled, is it the same as Devonian for mazed? Well, we could answer that, Phil, if we knew what mazed was. Let us know, won't you? Unless it's rude.
Is it like a field that's been planted with maize?
Well,
no, that would be
a different spelling, wouldn't it?
Yes, it would. Yeah.
Anyway, I'm going to do a song now. This is another one that is not in our repertoire, so no lyrics on screen. But you, as you always do, you'll get the hang of it quickly enough. And this is a song that was sung by. So I'm just going to click to a different screen. Sung by the men who worked the barges on the Ohio River. And going downstream on the river was easy. You just make sure you don't hit the bank. Back upstream, often the only way to do it was to have the crew walk along the shore, hauling the boat with tow ropes. And this was a process known in river terms as bushwhacking. I know bushwhacking is there's quite a few different terms to that, but certainly in sailing terms, it means to fudge a boat along against the tide up the river, and to use whatever they could. Men would walk along the shore hauling the boat, but also if it was a very small river and it was a smaller boat, they'd often kind of grab onto whatever they could grab onto, bits of grass, bits of twigs and ropes. The other term that was often used by the natives there was called cordling, as they literally pulled the boat. That's a different thing against the current. Anyway, this was a song that was particularly well known and beloved in Shawnee town, which is a town on the Ohio River, just a little south of Illinois, on the Wabash River Junction. Anyway, enough said. I think we're just going to pop into song. Sun rose up, but we floats down, way down the Ohio to Shawnee town, and it's hard on the beach, or she moves too slow, way down to Shawnee town on the Ohio. Now the current's got a wheel, take up the slack, float her down to Shawnee town, and we'll bushwhack her back. And it's hard on the beach, or she moves too slow, way down to Shawnee town on the Ohio. The whiskey's in the jug, boys, the weed is in the sack. We'll trade 'em down to Shawnee town, and we'll bring the rock-so back. And it's hard on the beach, or she moves too slow, way down to Shawnee town on the Ohio. I got a wife in Louisville and one in New Orleans, and when I get to Shawnee town, gonna see my Indian queen. And it's hard on the beach, or she moves too slow, way down to Shawnee town on the Ohio. The water's mighty warm, boys, the air is cold and dank, and the cursed fog, it gets so thick you cannot see the bank. And it's hard on the beach, or she moves too slow, way down to Shawnee town on the Ohio, way down to Shawnee town on the Ohio, way down to Shawnee town on the Ohio. So yeah, I love that.
Always makes me want to sing, won't you take me to Shawnee town?
Yeah, is that an 80s reference?
70s.
Anyway, Shawnee Town was, I'm just going to read this actually. Shawnee Town was the first Anglo settlement on the Ohio before the 1830s. So, the very early 19th century. It was the major trade center for both the settlers and the Indians. And the nearby salt mines provided the townsfolk with really what was considered a major commodity, and it was, although it seems a rather what's the word, bastardized way of sailing. It's not a swear word when you say it like that. It was actually considered to be the most efficient way to move commercial boats on the river there. And the boats on the river there were keel boats, unlike flatboats and rafts, which could only travel downriver. The keel boats were able to make the difficult trip back as well, which meant they didn't have to then be carried by road, which obviously saved a lot of steam power. So anyway, enough said. Enough said. I'm not going to say any more.
Why don't you sing something? I'd like us to sing one of our newest songs to the repertoire.
Go on then.
Haul on the Bowlen.
Oh yeah, one of our newest songs. Certainly, this considered to be the oldest shanty, the oldest, definitely.
And Andy said that's the case. And he'd know.
And it's older than Andy, so it must be pretty old.
God was a boy.
Yeah. Anyway, no, not. Leanne Smith says, "Sounds lovely, great harmonies." Thank you, Leanne. Keep commenting on YouTube because we don't get many or any comments on YouTube. And in fact, y'all should head over to YouTube because we're in 1080 there. Facebook downgrades everything to 720, which is a bit 2019, I've got to say.
I can only apologise to Leanne for the stubble, really.
Yeah, at least the stubble.
Yeah, at the very least.
4 claps from Marianne Boucher. And Michelle Gallagher says, like that one.
It makes me think of David Crockett and raccoon skin caps.
Do you know, I love that song. And I tell you who I learned it from, or how it came upon my radar, is we had 2 guys guest with us quite a while ago now. In this stream, must have been, I don't know, like the teens on, we're now on 32, June, 36 or whatever. Yeah, so it must have been a long time ago. And I'm gonna struggle to think of the name of the group they were in, the Shanty group, but they were Canadians, and 2 members of this group joined us, and we got on tremendously well with them. In fact, there was a bit of a bromance going on.
Karen liked them as well.
Oh yes, Karen did. They had very burly Canadian beards, and they really knew their stuff in every sense of the word. They were a fantastic vocal group, fantastic, par exemplar, and they certainly knew that all the educational aspects of not only the shanties and the maritime music and its relevance to the history of Canada and America, but also folk music more generally, and were great instrumentalists as well.
Yeah.
So
and they had great tech.
Yeah, as well. Exactly. Yeah,
really good tech.
Aside from really liking them, we hated them as well because they were just too damn good. Them. But they sung a couple of songs. One of them was neither of them was that song, but they sent us a copy of their album, and that song was on there. Hadn't heard it before, but loved it. And the way I sing it is fairly similar to the way they do, maybe a tiny bit faster. Anyway, so I tell you what I will try and do is through this stream I'll try and remember who it is, because we can pop their website up, and if you want to check them out you can do. I'm sure that their version of that song is also on YouTube.
Yes, anyway, this song is number 63 in our repertoire, and we'd like you to sing along, so we're going to put the lyrics up. Haul on the bowline, or the bowline. Haul on the bowline, the long-tailed bowline. Haul the bowline, the bowline.
Haul on the bowline, bully ships a rolling. Haul the bowline, the bowline.
Haul on the bowline, Kitty, you're my darling. Haul the bowline, the bowline.
Haul on the bowline, Kitty comes from Liverpool. Haul the bowline, the bowline.
Haul on the bowline, the old man he's a growling. Haul the bowline, the bowline.
Haul on the bowline, it's a far cry to payday. Haul the bowline, the bowline.
Haul the bowline, the bowline.
Haul the bowline, the bowline. Haul. Yeah, haul on the bowline. Haul the bowline, the bowline, or haul on the bowline. And Marianne, yeah, you came to our rescue there. With I think you mean Press Gang Mutiny. Yeah, not only did they have all the great stuff, great tech, great knowledge, great singers, great instrumentalists, great song choices. They have the best name as well, Press Gang Mutiny. Please do check them out because they were brilliant, and we really got along with them as well.
I'll tell you who else did.
Karen.
Yeah, and David and Janet Woods. I'm assuming that this comment comes from Janet Woods.
Oh, yes.
But Leanne started the trend of YouTube comments.
Now that David and Janet switched over.
Not to be outdone, the Woods
They're not
household. Yeah, they've jumped ship, if you've had the pun. And they say, I love those two as well. And I'm sure they did.
Yeah.
Now, Phil Kirby, rather politely, has given us 3 claps and a thumbs up for that. Love that, said Charlie. Thank you, Charlie.
Yeah, well.
And Leanne Smith says YouTube is much clearer. She would know because she's on it.
She's on it.
She's on it.
She's on it like a car bonnet. Oh.
Did
Did you tune that?
Once. I did once.
Anyway, we're going to...
Is that what you want to do?
Nice, yeah. Oh, I thought you were doing it.
It just skipped to that. Well, we'll do it now because people have seen it.
Well, we better do it.
Head.
I just would like to mention, actually, I was going to do this earlier, but we ended up talking a lot. Funny that. I don't know how that happened. I would like to mention, if I can, a show that Paul and I are doing over the next couple of days. Yes. An actual physical show in a real theatre with a real life audience there. Obviously, socially distanced and all that, limited capacity. But this is certainly one for people who are more local, because we're performing at the Seagull Theatre, which is the place where our rogues rehearse when we can rehearse. And it's a swing show based on big band and swing singers of yesteryear called Christmas Crooners. That's tomorrow and Thursday. Thursday is sold out, but we still have some tickets available for tomorrow. So if you are local and you want to see how we kill not just folk songs but swing songs as well,
big band
and more importantly, you refuse to accept that Christmas is not going to be happening, as we know it this year, and want to come along and get a bit festive, please do. Christmas jumpers are let's say optional.
It will be warm in the theatre, so
yeah,
don't overheat.
Yeah, absolutely. But certainly all the COVID compliance is happening at the theatre, so if you have any concerns about that, please don't. They are doing everything that they need to do to make sure that people are kept safe while they're there, and we are going to do everything we can to make sure people are entertained. Oh yeah. Anyway, this is Sally Brown, not the Bad Manners version for any ska, reggae, or two-toe fans out there, but the
sea shanty.
Yeah, you lyrics.
Oh, Sally Brown, she's a nice young lady. We roll and go, roll all night and we roll all day. We spend our money on Sally Brown. Oh, Sally Brown, she's a little cracker. We roll and go, but she drinks dark rum and she chews tobacco. We roll and go and we roll all night and we roll all day. Spend our money on Sally Brown. Well, her father likes a tarry sailor. We roll and go and we roll all night and we roll all day. Spend our money on Sally Brown. Ah, Sally Brown, she likes a good scrumpy way. We roll and go. She likes a bit of rumpy, pumpy way. We roll and go and we roll all night and we roll all day. Spend our money on Sally Brown. Oh, Sally Brown, she's a nice young lady. Way, we roll and go. Yes, Sally Brown, she's a fine young lady. Way, we roll and go and we roll all night and we roll all day. Spend our money on Sally Brown. Roll all night, roll all day. We spend our money on Sally Brown.
Hey, that was loud. I just saw the click meter go there. I like your guitar.
Thank you.
It's nice.
Before you smacked it. Let's get going.
I may keep that.
That's
Anyway.
right, I'll swap you for the Martin.
Let's do a couple of comments, shall we? Oh yeah, Bill. Oh, there's Bill Lyman. There he is.
Oh, Bill, we missed
I
it.
wonder where he was. I have lots of verses to haul on the bone if you would like them. Yes, we would. Yeah, we're doing it as a short drag there, Bill, because I have to say it's a tiny bit boring melodically, I think. IMO, in my opinion. But if you have more verses, then we'd love to know them. Please do. Look, now they're all doing it. Look, just takes one brave pioneer, Leanne, doesn't it? She gives a little wave over on YouTube.
Carol's a turncoat. She's over on YouTube.
Or Facebook not be impressed with you, Carol.
No, they won't. They'll try and woo her back.
So anyway, we've got. So Charlie says, I love that. Oh, thank you very much. Leanne Smith, Kayla and I cannot wait to see you on Thursday. Oh, thank you very much. And Marianne says, ooh, wish I could go to that. Marianne, you can come to the Zoom, but please don't feel like you have to come over to that.
The Zoom, you mean the cuppa and chat?
The cuppa and the chat, yeah, yeah. Maxine House says, is Sally Brown bezeled?
She will be.
Very good. Charlie Moore says, way. Yeah.
She means, way.
And there's a lot of info there. Look,
wow.
Hall on the Bowland, Short Drag Shanty. Yeah. We'll check that later. And then Leanne Smith says trendsetter. Yeah. Brilliant.
Put the chords in there as well.
Has he?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Looks like it. Yeah.
Thank you, Bill. Very kind of you.
Yeah. Thank you. Unless he's kind of indicating where we went wrong, which is a real possibility.
Yes.
Anyway, look, keep your comments coming on bezel. I guess we should point out the slightly different spelling to like an engineering. In an engineering term.
Sort of a shape or a
yeah. Anyway, Nuff said, let's move on and carry on.
I'm going to go back
time is going on.
I'm going to go all the way back. I'm going way back.
In kind of rock and roll.
Yeah. To our only real Christmas shanty.
Woohoo!
I saw 3 ships.
What, come sailing in?
Yeah, come sailing in on Christmas Day.
Awesome.
Yeah, so I saw 3 ships. We'd love to sing along with this. It's number 26 in the Rogue Shanty Chorus repertoire.
Yeah, and I wonder if we should give you the lyrics that the song was based on.
Yes, we should.
Which we can't share with the good folks.
No, I'm struggling to share anything at the moment. No.
What are you looking for?
It's not in there.
Oh, well, we can't share it anyway then. Well, in that case, we're going to do this is the Gooding Carol, which was I Saw 3 Ships evolved from and known otherwise as I Sat on a Sunny Bank. As I sat on a sunny bank on Christmas Day, as I sat on a sunny bank on Christmas Day in the morning, I spied 3 ships come sailing by on Christmas Day, I spied 3 ships come sailing by on Christmas Day in the morning, and who should be with those 3 ships but Joseph and his fair lady, and who should be with those 3 ships but Joseph and his fair lady. Oh, he did whistle and she did sing on Christmas Day, Oh, he did whistle and she did sing on Christmas Day in the morning, and all the bells on earth did ring on Christmas Day, and all the bells on earth did ring on Christmas Day in the morning, for joy that our Saviour he was born on Christmas Day, for joy that our Saviour was born on Christmas Day in the morning. Well, that seemed like a good idea when I suggested it.
Yeah,
certainly was a shorter version than I Saw 3 Ships.
I'm going to go for one that we don't cover very often, but it's certainly in our Rogue Shanty Chorus repertoire, and it's called On Board a 98.
Ah,
yeah. Barry will like this one because he suggested it, and it's by someone that he admires very much. In fact, it's not by them, but Vaughan Williams, or Rafe as he calls him.
Rafey.
Yeah, he transcribed this from a performance that was given to Mr. Williams some time ago in London by it was in Bury St Edmunds.
Is it transcribe or is it contrascribe when he
nicked it?
When he notates it from a vocal performance?
Don't know.
We'll check that out. Someone else might know properly.
But it's called On Board a 98.
So let's pop lyrics up.
Yeah, so you can see and join in.
Yeah.
When I was young and scarce 18, I drove a roaring trade, and many a sly trick I have played with many a pretty maid. My parents found that would not do. I soon would spend their store, So they resolved that I should go on board a man of war. A bold pressing surrounded me, their warrant they did show, and swore that I should go to sea to face the daring foe. So off they lugged me to the boat, oh how I cursed my fate. 'Twas then I found that I must float on board a 98. When first I put my foot on board, how I began to stare. Our admiral, he gave the word, there is no time to spare. They weighed the anchor, shook out sail, and off they bore me straight to watch the foe in storm and gale on board a 98. Before we reached America, they gave me many drill. They soon learnt me a nimble way to hand an iron pill. In course of time a fight began when bold Jack Tars laid straight. What would I give if I could run from on board a 98? But as time fled I bolder grew and hardened was to war. I'd run aloft with my ship's crew and valued not a scar. So well I did my duty do, I soon made boatswain's mate, and damned soon got boatswain too on board a 98. So years rolled by at Trafalgar, bold Nelson fought and fell. As they capsized that hardy tar, I caught a rap as well. To Greenwich College I came back because I saved my pate. They only knocked one wing off Jack on board a 98. So now I take my cocoa with my pouch of bacca stored. With my blue clothes and three-cocked hat, I'm happy as a lord. I've done my duty, served my king, and now I bless my fate. But damn me, I'm too old to sing. I'm nearly 98. So most of you, I'm sure, will know that's not a shanty, but it is a four-bitter. So it's a song of the sea of sorts. And I'm just going to find the name of the young sailor gentleman that sang that to Vaughan Williams, because I think it's important. And it was Mr. Leatherday, an ex-sailor of the North End of King's Lynn, who sang it to Vaughan Williams on January the 9th, 1905. So, yes, Mr. Leatherday. Now, a 98 is a big naval warship. In fact, it's a 98-gun man of war. It's a very big, very slow ship, which only really fulfilled its main function by being right in the thick of any battle, so it would get right into the middle with its massive armory of 98 guns. And pretty much the battle wouldn't last much longer after that, I should think. It probably is the coining of the phrase, the big guns. Now, the young Ralph Vaughan Williams visited the fishing community of the North End of King's Lynn in 1905, and apparently it's said to have changed his life. He had heard folk song before, but right here in the King's Lynn workhouse, he noted about 78 songs in 2 magnificently productive days. He went on to include some of these tunes in the English hymnal that he published the following year and in several of his later classical works. Obviously, Nelson is also referenced in that song a couple of times. When Nelson was presented with the freedom of the borough of Great Yarmouth in 1800 after the Battle of the Nile, the clerk was about to administer the oath when he noticed Nelson had placed his left hand on the Bible, and he said, "Your right hand, my lord," to which Nelson said, "That is at Tenerife."
Well,
yeah.
I'm going to plug in this time.
What are you going to plug into?
Well, they're my headphones.
Oh, okay.
See if we've got a few.
We have got a few.
We have got a few.
They're all going over.
They're all doing it.
They're all going to the dark side.
Charlotte James, boo, as in surprise. Haha. I like that one. That's from Leanne. And that she's double screening. 5 claps. I don't think we've had 5 claps before. Phil Kirby, 3 and a thumb. Mm-hmm. Sally, 3. So yeah. Anyway, look, would love to get a few more comments in. I'm just gonna.
Yes, we would, and we'd also like to have a few more comments on this word, which is our word of the week. Have you heard it, boy?
That's what I meant. Sorry, I wasn't being quite so rude as to say, just comment, please comment, and Lord, self-aggrandize our praise.
Yeah, please. Anyway, the word of the week. Hey, you heard it, boy? Bezel. Bezel. What do you think that might mean? What do you think bezel could mean? Be really interested to have your suggestions. A few people have ventured a guess. Some people wondering if it means bezel as in the surround of a thing. So perhaps the surround of a manhole or a pothole. We've also had the guess of, could it be a broom? Could be any of those things, but we'll tell you what it might be a little bit later. In the meantime, let's go back to this and see what Stephen's got a coming.
Got a cap anywhere?
Yes, I hear for you.
Well, can I have it?
Yes.
Thank you.
Ooh.
Put all the stuff.
Why I order?
Yeah, that was a cafe. Yeah, so I'm going to. This is risky. This is
risque
risky.
or is it risky?
Both.
Both.
Okay. Because I'm gonna bust Paul's guitar. And this is a Sam Smith song. I heard a little bit of. I think it's beautiful, as many of his songs are, but yes. I don't really know. So I shouldn't be doing it. It's a Sam Smith song anyway. I shouldn't be doing it because I don't know it.
Well-known folky.
Yeah, well, big folky. Yeah, no. It's got a crossover. You'll find out. Build yourself a boat, babe. Make yourself a sail. Float into the ocean to nowhere. Yeah, I see you looking for a sign, praying for a beacon. Here's the light. My arms will be wide open for the moment you arrive. When you set sail on your journey, happiness is far away. Love will guide you till the morning. Lead your heart down to the bay. Don't resist the rain and the storm. I'll never leave you lost at sea. I will be your lighthouse keeper. Bring you safely home to me. I will be your lighthouse keeper. Bring you safely home to me. Yeah, short because I've got the chords out. I can't remember half of the lyrics. So definitely a shorter version. Probably quite different to the Sam Smith version, but lyrically,
deliberately so.
Yeah, it does, obviously deliberately so. You know, for copyright reasons. But it's worth checking out whether or not you're a Sam Smith fan. If you like the idea of maritime lyrics. Paul does not let me put my cap. His cap over.
It's going to hit me in the nose at some point. Yeah, that one goes out to all the wikis.
Yes, it does.
Thank you.
Anyway, let's pop and have a look. Let's have a look.
What does Facebook and YouTube make of that?
Well, yeah. There's a few there. We've got a few more about the word. Does bezel mean to cheat, like embezzle? You know, that was my thought, actually, Sally.
Who knows?
Yeah.
When similarly themed.
David Janet Woods on YouTube says bezel equals swindle. Maybe. Leanne Smith, 4 claps. Leanne Smith, does bezel mean waste? Look, they're coming in thick and fast there. Charlie Moore, nice. Check out the Sam Smith version. It's beautiful. Called The Lighthouse Keeper. Marianne Bichette, thank you very much.
She's put the comma in. I don't think she meant to.
Does bezel mean you're confused or daft? Well, we'll find out shortly enough. I think maybe Paul can give you a song now.
Yeah, let's pick it up a little bit with a very well-known one. We do this slightly differently in the Rogue Shanty Chorus. And just as a reminder of what the Rogue Shanty Chorus might look like, they might look like this on a good day. Certainly on a plentiful day, there's lots of them there. That's not the full complement. It's not the full ticket, but there's quite a few packed onto that stage. Oh, those days when we could pack people onto a stage and pack people into an audience. That was actually a sellout audience.
Look how close I was sat to Maureen. Not a care in the world. Not a thought about how close we were. No.
She didn't have.
I mean, we didn't have a care about how close we were sat together. But hey yo,
let them talk.
Yeah.
That's what I say.
Let them say what they want.
Yeah.
This is South Australia.
This is.
Tis. Oh, yeah. I can do that. You get on with it.
I could do that.
What are you done?
I don't know.
Leave it. Stop it. You're going to ruin it.
In South Australia I was born, well heave away, haul away. In South Australia round Cape Horn, we're bound for South Australia. Heave away, you rolling king, heave away, haul away. Heave away, oh hear me sing, we're bound for South Australia. As I walked out one morning fair, well heave away, haul away. 'Twas there I met Miss Nancy Blair. We're bound for South Australia. Heave away, you rolling king, well heave away, haul away. Heave away, oh hear me sing, we're bound for South Australia. There ain't but one thing grieves my mind, well heave away, haul away, to leave Miss Nancy Blair behind. We're bound for South Australia. Heave away, you rolling king, heave away, haul away, heave away, oh hear me sing, we're bound for South Australia. Oh, when I sail across the sea, heave away, haul away. My girl says she'll be true to me. We're bound for South Australia. Heave away, you rolling king. Heave away, haul away. Heave away, oh, hear me sing. We're bound for South Australia. I rung her all night and I rung her all day. Heave away, haul away. I rung her before we sailed away. We're bound for South Australia. Heave away, you rolling king. Heave away, haul away. Heave away, oh hear me sing. We're bound for South Australia. I shook her up, I shook her down. Heave away, haul away. Shook her round and round and round. We're bound for South Australia. Heave away, rolling king. Heave away, haul away. Heave away, oh hear me sing. We're bound for South Australia. Oh, when we wallop around Cape Horn, heave away, haul away. You'll wish to God you never been born. We're bound for South Australia. Heave away, you rolling king. Heave away, haul away. Heave away, oh hear me sing. We're bound for South Australia. Wish I was on Australia sand. Heave away, haul away. With a glass of whiskey in my hand. We're bound for South Australia. Heave away, you rolling king. Heave away, haul away. Heave away, oh hear me sing. We're bound for South Australia. Heave away, you rolling king, heave away, haul away, heave away, oh hear me sing, we're bound for South Australia.
There you go. Well, stop that lyric share, and I'm just going to do a few comments. Look, they're all coming up on the bezel. Carol Fisher says, "Does bezel mean to tie or fix or cuddle up?"
Oh, that's a nice bezel.
Yeah, and then Leanne Smith,
Give us a
2
bezel.
thumbs and a round of applause. Should we just do the answer?
Let's do it. Let's
I'm
put
just
them out
gonna
there
do it.
misery.
Well, yeah, I'm just gonna do it.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's a bit early.
Just watch him. He's about to do it.
It's not conventional, but that's all right. We can go with that. Bezel is dum 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 to drink greedily, happily compounded of beast and guzzle. The word, like the practice, is old. In Nares, which is another etymology book, as I understand it, we have bezel or beisel, to drink to excess. Todd derives it from Old French, particularly prevalent, or at least was in my youth. That's his youth, old Edward Moore,
Dear old Edward Moore.
in Suffolk. And then he gives a couple of examples of usage within sentences. And then he puts on the end, is also used as a substantive, a drunkard being called foul, drunken bezel. Skinner says perhaps for beastal, i.e. to make a beast of oneself. It is, but seldom heard outside Suffolk in this sense. But since this article was in the press, I heard the word used in that of to bevel or to slope, in reference not to the deviation from the perpendicular or the gradual diminution of the thickness of a wall, as is commonly understood by bevel, but referring to a set-off or immediate diminution of its thickness. So I think really just let's take a bit of a notice of just the first sentence. The rest of it we can disregard because that was extremely confusing. So to bezel is to drink greedily. There you go. And Leanne Smith says,
Woohoo!
Yes, she does.
Yes, she does have.
Yeah. Anyway, look, we're going to do a couple more songs, including this next one. If there are any Irish, either authentic Irish or people with Irish musical leanings, you may like this. Or in fact, you may hate it.
You may hate it because Bertie sang this song in '56 on his Riverside album called English Drinking Songs.
Okay. I'm just going to feature this comment from Amanda Miranda. South Australia is our 4th set song. After our Shanty crew finishes their 3 sets, the rest of us at the bar would start up South Australia and sing until they kick us out of the bar, missing those nights. Thanks for this great rendition. Yeah, I can actually picture that. There's a very kind of visual, it's an evocative comment. Thank you, Amanda, and fair play to you doing 3 sets. Wow, we'll do a couple of songs and then we need a break. So thank you. But yeah, anyway, let's crack on
for some grog. Well, it's all for me grog, me jolly grog. It's all for me beer and tobacco. For I spent all me tin on the lassies drinking gin. Far across the ocean wonder I must wander.
Where are me boots? Me noggin boots.
They're all gone for beer and tobacco. For the heels they're worn out and the toes are kicked about, and the soles are looking out for better weather. Well, it's all for me grog, me jolly grog. It's all for me beer and tobacco. For I spent all my tin on the lassies drinking gin. Far across the western ocean I must wander. There is me shirt, me noggin shirt. It's all gone for beer and tobacco. For the collar is all worn and the sleeves they are all torn, and the tail is looking out for better weather. Well, it's all for me grog, me jolly grog. It's all for me beer and tobacco. For I spent all me tin on the lassies drinking gin. Far across the western ocean I must wander. Sick in the head and I haven't been a bed since first I came ashore from me slumber. For I spent all me dough on the lassies, don't you know? Far across the western ocean I must wander. Well, it's all for me grog, me jolly grog. It's all for me beer and tobacco.
I spent all my tin on the lassies drinking gin. Far across the western ocean I must wander. It's all for me grog, me jolly, jolly grog. It's all for me beer and tobacco. For I spent all me tin on the lassies drinking gin. Far across the western ocean I must wander. Yeah, do the resolve.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Leanne, couple things there really. The only thing that would improve that would be hearing you sing in Irish accents. I mean, I'm sure. Have a little think, Leanne. Surely that's not the only thing that would improve that. Anyway, but thank you.
One of many.
Thank you very much, Michelle Gallagher. Like that one. Last time I sung that was when we did our group, the Rose Shanty Boys. We did a wedding.
Damien loves it
at a very posh place, wasn't it?
I don't know where we.
It was.
I can't remember that one.
It's like a wilderness reserve or something.
Was I at it?
Yeah. Yeah, and we had a great time that night. Although Ben was extremely worried about the moat, wasn't he, and all the kids. Do you remember?
Oh, and Jim brought the drone.
Yes.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I remember that one.
Anyway, look, you talk amongst yourselves. We're going to carry on.
A little bit of context on that as well. After Marion Bouchette's comment of all for McGrub, a perennial favourite at Renaissance fairs, have shouted along many a time.
I'm sure shout is not nowhere near as generous a term as it should be, Marianne.
Now, as I said, A.L. Lloyd sang this in 1956 on his Riverside album, and an Australian variant of that album was the title track of Lloyd's 1958 album called Across the Western Plains. He commented on the sleeve notes, in the latter days of sail, the seaman had a song called Noggin Boots or Across the Western Ocean. It was a bitter song about the sailor with his boots scuffed and his shirt tail, looking out for better weather, who has spent all his money on girls and gin, and now with the horrors not too far off, he has to take a ship across the Western Ocean once again. So it was very much a different feel to this, or so A.L. Lloyd commented. It was a very different feel to this kind of song as was the songs in the golden days. The song drifted to Australia and some ingenious bushwhackers, so he says, remade it to suit local conditions and called it Across the Western Plains. It does really sound like to me it sounds a lot like Waltzing Matilda.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
But apparently it's English first and Australian second. The Sydney Bulletin printed a version of the Australian remake in May 1916, as it was included in the 26th edition of Paterson's Old Bush Songs. No doubt many country workers learned it from these two sources. The tune, well known among seafarers, was not hard to come by. Sung straight, the song never seemed to me wildly exciting, so says Bertie, but I once heard a drunken shearer named White sing it on a station near Bethungra, New South Wales.
Bethungra?
Yeah.
Bethungra, mate.
It's New South Wales.
Oh, okay.
In a way that would make the hair stand on end. Ever since, I've tried to release this song from its hobbies, but I've never been as successful as Mr. White.
Oh, wow. We've all got to envy Mr. White, haven't we?
I don't think we were as successful as Mr. White either.
No, we were
not.
We were not. Anyway, you finished or what?
Yes, I have had.
Yes. So I'm just going to give, since we're here, since we've got a few people watching, I'm going to give another quick mention to our theatre show tomorrow. A real theatre show in a real theatre with real people, real music, and singers. Not real singers. But we call it Masters of Swing Christmas Crooners, where we celebrate the likes of Frank Sinatra and Louis Armstrong and Dean Martin and Sammy Davis Jr. and lots more. And we are there tomorrow evening and Thursday evening at the Seagull Theatre in Lowestoft. Thursday sold out, but Wednesday still has some seats left. I can't remember the price of the tickets. They're like £12 maybe.
No, they're not.
No, maybe 10 and 9, something like that. 10 full and £9 concessions. So if you would like to, if you feel that you're not as festive as you should be and you're within the vicinity of Lowestoft, why don't you consider coming along? We'll certainly do our best to make you have a good laugh and enjoy some music. And that's it. We're not going to say any more about that.
But why don't we mention...
Oh, there you go. Look, Karen Reid straight in there. Thank you. £10, £9. Thank you very much. Oh, and Charlie straight after her. £10. Yeah, thank you very much. £10, £9. Karen Reid should know because she's the manager.
She administrates all that stuff.
And what a brilliant manager she is as well, hey? bless her. She is
she manages all
fantastic.
Right. She does manage. I think have we got time for one more?
Yeah, just
one of mine or one of yours.
Better be one of yours.
Okay. Since you've run them all out. This one is one of my favourites because I'm red or dead, basically. It's called The Miner's Lifeguard.
And can we add to this the story that we sung this with Arthur Scargill?
Arthur Scargig?
Yeah. No, because
we didn't.
Well, we sang it with John and Sue.
So by association.
Yeah.
We didn't sing it with Arthur Scargill.
Well, but they did.
They did. So this is. I mean, if he was happy to sing it with them and they were happy to sing it with us,
exactly, yeah,
he would have been happy to.
It's a big endorsement.
Yeah,
really.
He probably went to his grave disappointed that he never sang it with us.
Yeah.
I mean, he was happy he sang it with Richard and Sue.
But anyway,
yeah,
let's give him this song.
Yeah, it's an American trade union song adopted by the Welsh miners of the Oranges Maybe Calon Lan, composed by John Hughes, as one theory suggests.
Did he make all those 80s films?
Yes, he did.
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah. Miner's Lifeguard at Tiffany's and A Weekend with a Miner's Lifeguard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
all those other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get the thing you're not taking this too seriously.
I'm taking it ever so seriously. A miner's life is like a sailor's aboard ship to cross the waves. Every day his life's in danger, still he ventures being brave. Watch the rocks, they're falling daily. Careless miners always fail. Keep your hand upon your wages and your eye upon the scale. Union miners stand together. Do not heed the owner's tale. Keep your hands upon your wages and your eye upon the scale. You've been docked and docked again, boys. You've been loading 3 for 1. What have you to show for working when your mining days are done? Worn out boots and worn out miners, blackened lungs and faces pale. Keep your hand upon your wages and your eye upon the scale. Union miners stand together. Do not heed the owner's tale. Keep your hand upon your wages and your eye upon the scale. In conclusion, bear in memory, keep this watchword in your mind. Workers' strength cannot be broken when in union they're combined. So stand up tall and stand together. Victory for you'll prevail. Keep your hand upon your wages and your eye upon the scale. Union miners stand together. Do not heed the owner's tale. Keep your hand upon your wages and your eye upon the scale. Keep your hand upon your wages and your eye upon the scale.
Yay. So look, we're done. We're kind of done. Let's get rid of them notes. Leanne Smith says, love it. Thank you very much. David Janet Woods says, stand together. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Wolfie Smith. Carol Fisher says, thanks for another great evening. And Marion Bichette gives us 4 claps. And so does Michelle. Well, thank you very, very much, everyone. So what have we got coming up? Oh, big thing we didn't mention yet. It's going to take us over time, but I don't care. I just don't care. Paul and I and our organisation, the Voice Cloud, in association with the Seagull Theatre, for Remembrance Day, we did a free live streamed performance to 4 care homes of remembrance of our Remembrance Day show, and we went out to over 120 care homes across the UK in Wales, Ireland, England, Scotland,
Midlands,
and Isle of Wight, and the Seagull Theatre has just secured funding for us to repeat that at Christmas. So we say thank you very much. So on Sunday, the 20th of December, we are going to be doing a free live streamed performance, Paul and I, plus guests. And if you know someone either who lives in a care home, works at a care home, or has relatives in a care home, and you feel like they might be interested in watching, it's completely free to watch. It will be on a private link that we will disseminate. Please ask them to get in touch, okay? And we will be putting all the firm details together over the next day or two. So free performance of Christmas show for care homes across the UK.
To say, well, we're going to open that up just a little bit to, we'll be generous in terms of where that's going to. So if you have relatives on perhaps a hospital ward that has access to the kind of technology that would be able to view that, we'd really love to make it possible for those guys as well. And also, if you know of anyone that is a stay-at-home carer, also please do get in touch. We'll see if it was possible to give you the link for anyone that's staying at home, either for the carer themselves or for the person they look after.
Yeah. So anyway, as always, in the meantime, please stay safe and keep well. And we will be here next, as the ticker says, next week on Tuesday the 15th with episode 37. My gosh, how's it got that far? I don't know. But anyway, thanks for tuning in. Bye.